XRP case dismissed. It's coming. It's not here yet, but it's on the way. And this was my biggest takeaway yesterday from the XRP Community Day, amongst some other predictions from Brad Garlinghouse about, handedly surpassing the 8 billion of inflows on the ETF that JP Morgan predicted, along with Brad confirming that they are talking with Trump, and Stu reaffirming that, yes, we are being solicited as thought leaders to President Trump. And so we had a massive XRP Community Day talking about that, along with broader DeFi developments, the ecosystem growth. And this all combined here at just a really important moment when the markets are teetering on the edge, but XRP continuing to show strength. I'm going to show you here in this update why we are still so bullish on XRP. And now with the shocking statement from Stu yesterday that the SEC is going to voluntarily dismiss this case. That's right, folks. I wouldn't clickbait you. If it's in the title, if it's in the thumbnail, we're going to deliver. And it's just going to be a 15-minute full update before we get to that as we wrap up this episode. So if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. All of our community resources are available at zachrector.com. And I just got my update from my guy that in the next 3 hours, we're going to be live with the XRP ship Perseverance on the website. So if you want some new merch, we got you covered. Few hours to go here. At 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, we get the Federal Open Market Committee decision on interest rates. Now, the expectation is for them to leave rates unchanged, which would be the central bank's first pause in this rate cutting cycle following 3 consecutive cuts that brought the rates down from basically 5.5 down here to 4.25 to 4.5. Inflation has persisted in the economy despite easing considerably from the 40-year high of 9.1% recorded in June of 2022. The most recent reading of the CPI LI came in at 2.9%, due in large part to stubborn inflation. The probability of the Fed pause at the January meeting was 99.5%, according to the CME FedWatch tool. But where this gets interesting, the Fed's anticipated pause could prompt Trump to renew his criticism of the central bank and Fed Chair Jerome Powell following the president's call for lower rates last week. So is the Fed going to try to stick it to President Trump, show that they are their own entity of private central bankers that control our monetary policy, completely unconstitutional, and they shouldn't exist? And so are they going to, try to flex that a little bit? Or are they going to bend to the will of President Trump? It's going to be interesting to see. Now, if we do cut rates, the bond market's going to do what it's been doing, and it's going to sell off. And this is why the bond market's blowing up. Despite the Fed lowering rates, the past 3 rate cuts has actually only brought up our cost of borrowing because the bond market is calling BS. They're raising a big you-know-what to the Fed. And so this has caused the 10-year to spike, 20-year, 30-year long-dated bonds have spiked up, and even short-dated have continued to rise as well. And so basically our cost of borrowing has gone up despite the Fed trying to lower rates. Now, we see that the Bank of Canada already delivering their decision, lowering rates by 25 basis points. That's 0.25% amidst a weak economy, and will be terminating their quantitative tightening. The bank will restart asset purchases in March to support the traction of the economy and bolster liquidity. There's that word once again, liquidity. And there ain't much of it. It was flowing pretty well up there in Canada for a minute, and now it's falling off, and that economy is struggling big time. And the rate cuts aren't going to help, by the way. The rate cuts won't help Canada. Rate cuts won't help us. I know that Trump's saying that we need to lower rates. No, we need to get rid of the Federal Reserve. And I think that that's really where this conversation's going that excites me, is that everything's on the table with this second Trump administration. So we'll see what happens there. What we're watching now is Gary Gensler, after departing the SEC, is going back to his familiar role, his position teaching at MIT. So he's going to return back to MIT, taking the role as professor of the practice in the Global Economics and Management Group and the Finance Group. He will be teaching and focusing on AI, finance, financial technology, and public policy, according to a statement released by the university. So we will see, maybe he's going to talk about XRP's unique utility as a bridge currency once again. Maybe that'll be part of the discussions there. They don't mention that he's going to speak on crypto. It's kind of just more on, fintech, which does kind of encompass crypto, I guess. But it'll be interesting to see if we get any of those updated lectures from Gary Gensler and see if he's still going to stick to the hard line that they're also, crypto securities, or if he's going to change the lesson plan going forward. So we'll be watching that one. Now, what I'm excited to see is this type of change that we're looking at right here. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev calls on the SEC to update investor rules and allow equity tokenization for startups. This is going to happen with this new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, and you're going to see an explosion. It's coming to the XRP ledger amongst the other blockchains as well. We saw that actually Exodus Wallet was the first public company to go live on NASDAQ while simultaneously offering their stock tokenized on Algorand. Now, unfortunately for Exodus Wallet, their CEO being stubborn and these guys full of their ego was one of many of these companies' representatives to come out and say that we can never have XRP in a strategic reserve. So Exodus, from a business standpoint, making a fatal mistake. I think that they will struggle. If I could find where to short them, I would probably take advantage of that because they're lining up amongst others that have attacked XRP when they're a platform that should be supporting all cryptos, right? And as we've been doing over here in the XRP community, supporting a broader, diverse strategic stockpile, supporting the broader ecosystem, fighting on behalf of the entire ecosystem against the SEC. Not bending over and folding up like Brad, Chris, and Ripple could have done. No, they continued to fight, and now we have clarity for the entire space. But what I'm looking forward to is Paul Atkins, incoming SEC chair. He gets this, and he's going to open this up. And so not only are you going to see an explosion of IPOs in the traditional format, you're going to see an explosion of IPOs and tokenization of stock. Equity tokenization is just going to explode over the next few years here. So ready to take advantage of that. The XRP ledger, well positioned. Now, it is worth noting that I don't think that any other ecosystem in crypto could host an all-day community day like we did yesterday. I know folks were wanting the settlement announcement. I know folks were wanting big announcements. I know folks were wanting a pump. Okay. And it is kind of unfortunate that we, especially Ripple, Brad, David, they can't do anything without us thinking that, this is going to be the moon mission to 589, right? We gotta as a community appreciate just, can we take a day, can we take a moment to just talk about the developments that are taking place, And granted, I will say that we kind of do bring it upon ourselves. I know I'm probably the first, I'm probably guilty to get a little bit excited myself too. But when you see David posting random videos of, Gary Gensler voiceovers saying that, the SEC is going to pull back the case. He's got the towel hanging on the TV. He's got the riddle going on, right? David's dropping riddles. And so it does kind of lead us on to believe that there might be something going on. And really the big one for me was they were titling Stu's session the SEC victory. The future of regulatory guidance or crypto regulations and the SEC victory. That was Stu's session yesterday. So I'm like, okay, SEC victory, okay. And that was the big takeaway that I got from the community day yesterday, as I'm titling today's episode here. The SEC is going to voluntarily withdraw the lawsuit. That's what Stu said. That's his prediction. It's not going to be a settlement. It's going to be the SEC voluntarily dismissing the XRP case. But it was awesome to see a full day. XRP Ledger ecosystem and Ripple have so much cooking that we were able to keep a high-level discussion going all day long. I started listening to Brad Garlinghouse at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I finished my night by listening to Floxon. And huge shout out to Floxon. He has been hosting spaces late night. They started about 8 o'clock my time and run till about 10 p.m. my time. And so like I said, I started my morning off. There was actually spaces going on Twitter before Brad took the stage at 7. There was XRP community spaces. And these were going all day long, high level, all the way till that community space that Flox hosts at the end of the day. All high level, valuable content, community developments, real adoption, real businesses. This is something that's unmatched. There's other companies in the crypto space that come on and they do a Twitter space once a quarter, once a year. The only time that we've heard from some of these other, like Vitalik, for example, the only time we've heard from Vitalik in the past few years is when it's time to roll out ETH 2.0. That was the biggest flop in the cryptocurrency space ever. We called that one out. Now we hear from Vitalik once again. Now that it's time to restructure the Ethereum Foundation. And apparently nobody makes decisions besides Vitalik at the Ethereum Foundation. I mean, this is the updates that we get from other ecosystems. And then every once in a while, I see these other projects, they come on for a Twitter space, 30 minutes, an hour. They take maybe a couple curated questions. They don't open it up. They don't take community questions, right? And like I said, they come on for a minute. They come on once a month. They come on not even at best, maybe a couple times per year. Meanwhile, over here in the XRP ecosystem, we run this up every single day, all day long. Whether it be memes, whether it be others, this is unmatched. We're back at it again today, discussing more opportunities on the XRP ledger with Vet. And he's going to be bringing on this guy right here, Alex, I think is his name, or Austin King, who is the co-founder of Omni. He sold his first company to Ripple, and now he's building Omni. And they're working on building bridges, I think, more interoperability, more opportunities. This just doesn't stop. All day, every day, from the degens running meme coin spaces on Christmas Day to Ripple hosting this community day, running up, over 12 hours, 13, 14, 15 hours of spaces. And it wasn't just fluff. It wasn't just nonsense. No, real developments. Now, some people are getting impatient. Oh, the XRP pump stopped. It's dead. What's going on? Ripple's suppressing. I got people saying that Ripple's suppressing XRP after we just pumped 600% in the past 2 months and after they just put on a community day for 15 hours. And you're suggesting that Ripple's suppressing the price? Put on your big boy and big girl pants, please. Have a little patience. Zoom out for a second, okay? Go touch some grass. Have some perspective. Come on. And this pump is far from over. We just closed 13 days above $3. We've never done this. We already are in uncharted territories. If this thing was over, we'd already be back below $3. But we're holding it. You saw how quickly the dip got bought up. We went to 265, and just like that, back up to 320. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is running up the community engagement. Nobody else has this type of real involvement. Nobody else has this type of institutional partners that Ripple is driving. Nobody else is doing this. And yet folks are getting impatient. Okay, sit tight. You want to see something else? We got you covered here. Okay? RLUSD reserve report has been delivered. The reserve composition is U.S. Treasury bills plus government money market funds and cash deposits. So basically just cash equivalents backing up RLUSD. And we have the full report right here is the outstanding supply as of December 20th was 73 million. And the market value of the reserves was 78 million. On December 31st, we had a supply of 77 million RLUSD, and the market value of the reserves was 83 million. So we are already setting the standard in stablecoins as RLUSD is now being reported as over-collateralized. Not only are they showing where the reserves are at, we can see that the reserves are more than the supply of RLUSD. So, like I said, nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is over-collateralizing their stablecoin. Nobody else is running up 15 hours of spaces in a day. Nobody else has the cash that Ripple has. You say, this party is just getting started. As I put out this tweet, XRP has been set free. We have now closed 12 days above $3. Check that. Make that 13 days now. And then depending on how we do today, we might do 14 days. Back-to-back all-time high weekly closes. 40-cent dip got ate up real quick. We actually went back to $3.21 here yesterday. DeFi explosion happening now. Institutional liquidity incoming now. I put this out before we got the announcement yesterday morning from Anados Finance that they're going to be partnering up with Ripple to bring BlackRock's tokenized treasuries to the XRP ledger. When I say institutional liquidity is incoming, it is happening now. Now, next, we got to clarify. Settlement imminent. XRP in control. I need to change that. It's not a settlement imminent. It's SEC dismissal imminent. That was the biggest takeaway from the community day yesterday, was Stuart Alderati predicting that the SEC is not going to settle up with Ripple, but they are going to voluntarily dismiss this SEC Ripple lawsuit. It's over, guys. Stu went on to say that this is just noise at this point and that we don't even need to follow along with the court docket. And that reiterated to me my prediction and my speculation that when Ripple had asked to file their brief in April, all they were doing was buying time to negotiate with the new SEC commissioners and the new SEC chair. They want to buy some time to negotiate, wrap up a deal, and that deal is not going to be a settlement. It's going to be a dismissal of the XRP case. Ripple is not going to pay a dime. XRP is going to be set free. And if you're getting impatient, go touch some grass, go for a walk, go catch a nice pump. I got my workout in yesterday. I might go get in another one here today. Okay, keep running it up. Keep max engaging. Stay in the game and keep building. You know, and once again, when I take a step back, XRP here, we're well on our way to $10 and beyond. And I know some of you guys want 100. I know some of you guys want 10,000. This doesn't happen overnight. But look at how quickly we have moved. Over 600% in the past 2 months. You have investors that wait decades to see returns and basically never see returns of what we've got just in the past 2 months. We've entered a new reality. XRP has been set free. The SEC versus Ripple case is going to be dismissed. Lock in and smash that thumbs up for me if you appreciate what we're doing. Everything's at ZachRector.com. I'm out of here. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.